Sometimes a son can live under the same roof as his mother and still have no idea what she is secretly going through. Vladimir is a teenage boy who thinks he understands his parents. His mother, Gabriela, appears to be living an ordinary life, running her business and taking care of the family. But Vladimir soon begins noticing something strange. His mother's behavior is changing. And for a boy who is already trying to understand love and relationships himself, watching his mother become emotionally distant leaves him completely confused. Vladimir has always seen his mother as simply his mother. But now she seems distracted. She spends more time with her own thoughts, becomes secretive, and starts behaving differently around the family. At first, Vladimir doesn't understand what is happening. Then he begins to suspect that his parents may be hiding something from him. And instead of confronting his mother directly, he watches carefully, trying to figure out what the adults around him are really doing. Gabriela has discovered something that makes her feel alive again. Through the internet, she begins talking to a mysterious man. For the first time in years, someone listens to her. She can speak freely. She can flirt. She can imagine being wanted again. But Vladimir sees only the outside of it. To him, his mother is simply becoming more secretive, and he starts wondering whether she is falling for another man. The irony is that Vladimir has no idea how complicated the truth really is. As Gabriela becomes more involved in her secret online relationship, Vladimir becomes increasingly aware that his parents aren't the people he thought they were. He is young, but he isn't naive. He understands desire. He understands attraction. What shocks him is discovering that his parents have those same feelings. Suddenly, the adults he once thought had everything figured out seem just as confused about love as he is. For Vladimir, this isn't simply about his mother's secret. It forces him to look at Gabriela differently. She's no longer just the woman who raised him. She's a woman with dreams, frustrations, loneliness, and desires of her own. And that realization is uncomfortable for him. Because sometimes growing up means discovering that your parents are human too. Gabriela becomes increasingly determined to meet the person she has been talking to online. Vladimir watches everything unfold while his own life is changing as well. The strange part is that the person Gabriela believes is a complete stranger is actually much closer to her than she realizes. And while Vladimir is trying to understand his mother's behavior, he is unknowingly standing in the middle of a much bigger secret. Eventually, the online relationship reaches the point where the two strangers decide to meet. But the truth waiting for them is almost unbelievable. The person Gabriela has been falling for isn't the stranger she imagined. It's someone she already knows. Someone who has been part of her life all along. And suddenly, Vladimir's suspicions about his parents make much more sense. His mother wasn't simply changing. She was desperately searching for something she had lost. In the end, Vladimir is forced to see his mother in a completely different way. Gabriela isn't just a mother. She's a woman who became lonely, made mistakes, and desperately wanted to feel alive again. And perhaps that is the strangest lesson Vladimir learns. Sometimes, the people who raise us don't have all the answers. They are simply trying to find their way through life too. And for Vladimir, understanding his mother means finally understanding that she's a person before she's a parent. In the end, Vladimir realizes that his mother isn't just the woman who raised him. She is a woman with her own loneliness, mistakes, and struggles. Sometimes, understanding our parents means realizing they're human too. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with FILMDIVE for more unforgettable movie stories.